What's up, everybody? Where are we going?
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome me back.
Oh, my word.
Back to YouTube. After a very long time. I'm fat. You can't even see my ears when I'm facing the camera like this.
Okay. Anyway, guys, we're going to Botswana.
Botswana. Is it Gaborone?
Mama, what do Botswana land? Back in the day, Botswana land.
Is it?
I think it was. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was called Botswana land. But okay, nowadays it's called Botswana.
Botswana.
We have an event there, and
I'm just the company. I'm a ray, bafowethu. I'm a ray.
okay.
Angiphathanga nento Joe.
Anyway, so we're gonna have a good time. Join us on this vlog. Apa my cause?
Eastern Cape.
Apa my cause?
Every second person in this course. Bakashana water, my course. Yo, Akashana water.
I can't do wrong. Can't do wrong. I can't do wrong. Dirang? Dirang? Sauze?
Yo. Akashana water la kodwa kabe yenza nabo niyakhalaza.
Kudala mfana jonga kudala sana bayenza loo nto leyo. Please asomcliff. Kudala bafakana emisebenzini emfondini. Chama kasenza le upgrade. Yenziwa ngubani chomi? Yabona benikuthethelela. Uyabona chomi benikuthethelela. Khandenzele chomi.
You got it all inside of you. Feel it to be true. And when you dance, I'm in the groove. You make me move. You make me move. You got it all inside of you. Feel it to be true. And when you dance, I'm in the groove. You make me move. You make
It's closed, right? Which shop? Pick and Pay.
It's closed.
I don't like shoes, flops.
Oh, flops.
Yeah. No.
You can people that don't even know flops to mean something else. I coop him.
By the way. You're very rude. No, I'm not gonna take it out.
Come on, this go.
I'm not going to do it.
Okay, so let me tell my person.
Oh yes, please.
Good morning, good morning. Slept very well. Okay. Guys, we have a problem. We don't have anything to wear. I do have something to wear, but it just didn't work out. Ne? So now I reached out to the organizers, Bukhari, if she can please assist. There was a designer that she had recommended from Botswana. I was like, no, I'll take care of it. But then life happened and yeah, whatever. So now we are at that. But she did say that her designer might have something at her shop that she can lend to us. Let's see how that how that goes. And we'll take it from there. So now we need to sort out the dress. We need to sort out makeup. I think they're coming in about half an hour. The hair, I do have my own hair. I just need someone who's going to be able to install. And yeah, we'll take it from there. Hope it's gonna work out.
Briefly about this. When I first started sharing my story a couple of years ago, what I was worried about, even just writing the book, writing a book is very hard because the publishing industry is quite closed. You need to know someone, it needs to be a groundbreaking thing. If you're not a celebrity, then, what's gonna sell? So one of the things that I used to pray for is there's a message behind what I need to say. There's a message that needs to go out there, but I just don't know how to get it. My resources are limited. So I used to pray and say, Lord, no country boundary should hinder what I should be doing for your kingdom, right? So I've seen God being really faithful and truthful in his word, that I'll take you wherever you need to go, because then that message needs to be out there. So I think it resonates me being in Botswana, because and being being here for the first time, that it's just the message is getting out. It needs to go to where it needs to go, to the people that it needs to heal. It needs to bring back souls into the kingdom. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. First, I feel honored to be used in that manner, because he could have chosen anyone else, anyone that is more worthy, anyone, and like someone who's more equipped, who's more eloquent. But he chose me to be the carrier of this message. But also I've come to understand also the humility that is required for this journey. I think we were talking even yesterday. There's a word that changed my entire life, and I'll forever be grateful for it. In the Bible it says, humble yourself before the Lord, and he will lift you up. But then there's a musician that took it further, that said, I'm so careful to understand why it is important to humble myself before God, because if I don't, God's hand is too heavy. He'll do it. So that's why continuously I do not want to get used to such. I mean, there are opportunities. I was speaking to my husband just in December, writing our vision board. I don't want to lie. When someone says you must be positive, okay. To some degree, I was like, babe, let's just put it in, man. We'll see how it goes. God is faithful. But honestly, in my mind, I was like, okay, girl. Realistically, now you're reaching. Yeah, okay, now you're reaching. But I was reflecting on school the other day. I was like, yeah. When God honestly just curates, because there's no way it could have been me. Like physically, in all the resources that I have, it could not have been me. So yeah, I get surprised, I get humbled, but also God brings me back to say, you deserve them. Like you deserve to be in that room. You deserve to be presented with these opportunities. You deserve to meet these people that are going to take you to the next level. So it's a combination of so many different things. The humility that is required for the journey, but also the awareness of deserving to be there. There's nothing hard as accepting the fact that sometimes your purpose is not about you. Sometimes, it's not about you at all. God will put you in a position where you experience the greatest pain, but then to free so many other people. I was reading a scripture yesterday, the story of Esther. I know for a fact that we have always used this. That verse name, at the end it says, for such a time as this. Do you actually understand that we've actually misused that verse? Because when you say for such a time as this, we always say it as a positive. Girl, it's your time. Yes, you must your time. But if you read the whole text, when he says to Esther, for such a time as this, it was not a pleasant situation. She was faced in a position where she needed to use herself to free the Jews. And she realized that it was a life and death situation. Whether she goes forward, she doesn't know what is on the other side. But then because she used herself and she understood the assignment, she was able to free the Jews. So I believe anyone here has been an Esther at one point in time, or is going to be an Esther, whether you want to accept it or not. And it differs from one person to the next. This is how I use my story. You do not want to open that business, not realizing that 10% of the population is depending on that business. You do not want to do something, a certain thing, not realizing, but hey, there's so many people that need to be freed from the one thing that you're still holding back. So yeah, it's realizing, but hey, there are people that need to be freed. There are people that are just waiting for you to tell your story. And that's always what the revelation when I have to speak up.
Dubai, allow yourself to experience life with your own eyes and don't live your life through other people. And I just want you to speak more on that.
No, man.
I think everyone in this room, if you had to just reflect, 5 years ago, you are living in an answered prayer. Guys, our prayers will never be enough, okay? We have a list of things that we're still praying for. But honestly, if you had to take a step back and actually realize, damn, okay, this is actually what I had been praying for a long period of time. Not 5 years ago, probably 10 years ago when I was diagnosed, and thinking to myself, oh, okay, if opportunity allowed, I wonder how I'll be able to build my own family. I know it's possible science, but it's just a matter of that hurdle of having to disclose to someone else. Now, almost celebrating 5 years of marriage, I'm like, okay, the one thing that I thought was impossible, now it's like I'm living in it. And so I've come to first realize that there's nothing impossible. Like, there's nothing impossible, even beyond the current circumstances that you're in. So be able to feel and be in the moment, but also wise enough to understand that life is a journey, right? There was one thing that I wanted to share, and also realizing how do not ever make big decisions based on your current circumstances. Let me tell you a story. So we moved to Joburg from Port Elizabeth. Was it 2019? So can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. We moved to Joburg 2019 from Port Elizabeth. So my husband had gotten a job, but for some reason, like, it wasn't what he was looking for, but he needed to make the change because the previous company wasn't really doing well. And I said to school, listen, just go. It was only a couple of months until we got married. We'll see what God says. So I get a job, and then like almost 50% of my salary got cut. Ne? Still, I went to Joburg and I said, listen, we'll see what happens. Let's go. So we arrived in Joburg, trying to navigate Joburg and the standard of living, said Joburg. Then we needed to obviously, create a home for us and all of that. Then we got an opportunity to apply for like a 2-bedroom apartment. Ne? Okay. So actually we were presented with 2 choices. There was a 2-bedroom apartment, and then there was a 3-bedroom apartment. Okay, a townhouse. Ne? So at that point in time, money was not enough for us. So the difference between the 2 and the 3, the 2 was already livable. You can go in, live, and whatever you wanted to do, you can do afterwards. Then the 3-bedroom apartment, it's going to need paint, it's going to need this, it's going to need that. We didn't have money for that. Ne? So the safe choice was to go with the 2-bedroom apartment. We got the 2-bedroom apartment. Literally a couple of months later, we got opportunities to work, gigs. We got the book, 2 books later. Now we're sitting with a situation like, damn, why didn't we choose a 3-bedroom apartment? Because you made the decision based on your current circumstances. And thinking to yourself, Bana, no, it's not going to change. And you're going to be stuck here. Not realizing that in a split of a second, not even things can change. Things are going to change. I think that's the one thing that changed my mind, but do not ever make decisions based on the limitations of what is currently happening now. Because it will change. Tomorrow is going to come and it will change.
You have to be grounded and in your relationship with God. So not when it's convenient for you, not when it's nice to you, not when you need to seek guidance in that moment, ne? Because in that moment there are a lot of emotions, there is a lot of distress, there's a lot of discomfort, right. You are confused, and in most cases you want God to basically agree to your decision, not the other way around. So you're not going to him to consult whether or not this is the right decision. No, you are there to convince him to please make this the right decision. I pray about it a lot. I try to not make a rushed decision, right? And it's very nice also to weigh everything. So, for example, when I needed to, come out with the story, realizing that, okay, firstly, I'm exposing myself to God knows who.
it was also the first time realizing, Bana, actually, low YouTube that I have, the YouTube channel is not going to be seen by only South Africans. Anyone who has an internet can access it. So I usually had people who are like, oh, I'm from China, I'm from Beijing, I'm Brazil. I'm like, where do you come from? Where did you find me? Why are you in my channel? So realizing, Bana, hey, this is actually can be like anyone can access it. So making those, a list of things that, okay, these are the things that I'm afraid of. These are the things that could go well. These are the things that could not go well. In all seasons, in all situations, where do I feel? Where will I fit? If this thing does not go well, God, how will it make me feel? Will I still be okay?